Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam review class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानु सुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नितिनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are discussing from the 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we are discussing the dynasty of Ikshvaku Maharaj, who is one of the sons of Vaivasvata Manu. The current Manvantar which is going on is ruled by Vaivasvata Manu. So last time we saw how in the dynasty of Ikshvaku many great personalities appeared, and one of the descendants of Ikshvaku was King Sagara, and how his sons were burnt by their offense to Lord Kapila, and then ultimately one of the descendants in the dynasty, Bhagirath, he brought Mother Ganga and delivered all the descendants. So then we saw that in the dynasty of Bhagirath there was a king called Saudasa, and we heard how he was cursed to become a man-eater Rakshasa, and that's how he was transformed into a Rakshasa for 12 years. And then in that period he was cursed by a Brahmani because he ate a Brahmana when he was they were mating in the forest. Brahmani curse that you killed my husband when he was trying to impregnate me, you will also die when you attempt to impregnate your wife. As a result, when the Saudas, he became free from the curse, his wife, and he wanted to unite with his wife, but with his wife, she reminded of the curse of this Brahmani. So Saudas remained sonless, and then Vashishta, he begot a son from the wife of Saudas, Madayanti, and that was Ashmaka. So in the dynasty of Ashmaka, one of the famous personalities appeared. His name was Khatwang, Maharaj Khatwang. And Shukdev Goswami describes that this Maharaj Khatwang, he attained perfection just in one muhurta, because he fought against the demons for the Devatas, and after defeating all the demons, the Devatas, they were very happy, and they asked, please ask for a benediction. They told Khatwang Maharaj. Khatwang Maharaj, he was such a devoted king, he asked, how much time have I do I have in this world? They said only two muhurta. So immediately he transferred himself from the heavenly planet to the palace of on the earth, Bhumandala, meditated on the Supreme Lord and perfected his life. So then, so today we'll be discussing the 10th chapter. So the son of Khatwang Maharaj was Dirgha Bahu, and Dirgha Bahu, his son was Maharaj Raghu, the famous Raghu Kul. As we have heard many times, Raghu Kul Rita Sada Chaliyai Prana Jai Parvachan na Jai. So that was this personality, Maharaj Raghu. and his son was Aja, and Aja's son was famous Dashrath Maharaj. And because all the Devatas, they prayed to Lord Vishnu, Supreme Lord personally expanded into 4 Vishnu Tattvas and appeared as the sons of Maharaj Dashrath as Ram, Lakshman, Bharat and Shatrughna. So Chakravarti Thakur writes that Shukdev Goswami actually he told Parikshit Maharaj that Lord Ram's transcendental activities, they have been described by great rishis, tattvadarshis like Valmiki, and you have repeatedly heard about the pastimes of Lord Ram. So I shall describe only in brief. So Chakravarti Thakur writes that the pastimes of Lord, which even Shesha and Ganesha cannot fully describe or record. Shukdev Goswami will glorify these pastimes in 2 chapters. So in the 10th chapter and the 11th chapter, Shukdev Goswami in just 2 chapters describes whole Ramayana in short, in brief. So Prabhupada writes that although there are many so-called Ramayana, but some of them are not authoritative. So we should not read any Ramayana which is written by any personality. We should read only those scriptures which are authorized. Otherwise, it becomes like a milk which is touched by a serpent. Avaishnava mukhodgirinam putam hari kathamritam shravanam naiva kartavyam sarpochishta yathapayah. So one should never ever hear from those people who are not devotees. Because in the guise of devotees, there are many Mayavadis who are also speaking Bhagavat Katha, who are also speaking Ram Katha. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a wonderful pastime of one person, Ramchandra, Ramdas, Vipra. He was looking like a very, very devoted personality. He assisted Gopal Raghunath Bhatta Goswami when he came to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But interestingly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not even look at this personality. And later he told that he is glorifying Lord Ram because he wants to become Lord Ram. So that's why Prabhupada writes, unless one is a Tattvadarshi, one is in full knowledge, he cannot understand and write about the Supreme Lord. Only a devotee has the right. So then Shukdev Goswami in just one verse describes the whole Ramayana, and then he elaborates. So in just 4 to 5 verses, in just 4th verse of this 10th chapter, he summarizes the entire Ramayana. And he starts the description that Lord Ramchandra, he gave up his kingdom and he went to the forest to keep the promise of his father. He walked in the forest on his delicate soles, delicate lotus feet. Shukdev Goswami writes that these feet, they were unable to bear even the touch of Mother Sita's palms. They were so very delicate. With such delicate lotus feet, Lord Ram, he walked all over the forest. As he was walking, Shukdev Goswami says that his fatigue of walking was relieved by Hanuman and Lakshman. In the forest, one day a lady, a demoness, Shurpanakha, she came attracted by the beauty of Lord Ram, developed lusty desires to enjoy with him. But ultimately, Lord Ram cut off the ears and the nose of Shurpanakha. And then ultimately, Shurpanakha, she plotted and Lord Ram was separated from Sita. Ultimately, he reached to the ocean in search of Mother Sita. He became so very angry at the ocean because the ocean was not giving the way. And then ultimately, he constructed a bridge over the ocean and he crossed and entered the kingdom of Ravana. So that's how Shukdev Goswami, summarizes the entire Ramayana in one verse. And then he starts that Lord Ram, one day, as he was in his kingdom, as a small child, Vishwamitra entered the palace of Dashrath Maharaj. Vishwamitra, he was performing a great sacrifice. But there are so many demons who were troubling him, creating disturbances in the sacrifice. Vishwamitra went to Maharaj Dashrath and asked for the son of Maharaj Dashrath, that is Lord Ram. Dashrath said, he's he's a child. I will personally come along with my entire army. He is not trained. But Vishwamitra, he wanted only Lord Ram. So ultimately, Lord Ram, he killed so many of the demons and the Rakshasas and uncivilized men in the sacrifice of Vishwamitra. And then Shukdev Goswami says, may that Lord Ramchandra, who burnt the forest of the demons, protect us from such demons. And then after this, Shukdev Goswami describes that after destroying all these demons, Lord Ram went to Sita's place called Mithila. There, Lord Ram, he strung a very, very heavy bow of Lord Shiva, Shiva Chap, that was carried by 300 men. But Lord Ram, he very easily, just like a baby elephant, breaks a sugar cane. Lord Ram, he very easily broke apart. While stringing the bow, he broke the bow into parts. And then he married Sita Devi. Sita Devi was personally the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi. She was also endowed with all the beautiful form, character, very appropriate in age and nature as Lord Ram. And then he says, Shukdev Goswami says, on the way to Ayodhya, as Lord Ram married Sita Devi, they were coming back to Ayodhya. Lord Ram defeated Parshuram. He destroyed the pride of Parshuram. That Parshuram who had, killed all the Kshatriyas 21 times. He defeated Parshuram. And then as they were living in the Ayodhya, because Manthara she spoke so many bad words, the mind of Kaikeyi was bewildered. And because she had given 2 boons to Maharaj Dashrath, because she had helped Maharaj Dashrath in one of the wars against the Devatas, Kaikeyi had said, I don't want anything now, I'll ask something in future. So Kaikeyi, she asked for these 2 boons. With one boon he said, make my son Bharat as the emperor of Ayodhya and send Lord Ram to the forest for 14 years. So Lord Ram, when he came to know this, along with Mother Sita and Lakshman, he unhesitatingly went to forest without having any expression on his face, any sadness. There was no sadness on his face. Just like a self-realized soul gives up his body without any regret. Lord Ram left the kingdom as if nothing had happened. Then, as they were residing in the forest, one day, Shurpanakha came. Shurpanakha was a sister of Ravana. She wanted to enjoy with Lord Ram. She disguised herself as a very beautiful lady. But when she came and started talking to Lord Ram, she forgot to maintain her beautiful form and she appeared in her original form with a very ugly face, a very big abdomen and all ugly features, very dark red hair, coppery eyes. And Ram and Lakshman, they were laughing seeing this form of Shurpanakha. And then Ram and Lakshman, they were sending Shurpanakha, from Ram was telling, I am not qualified because I am with my wife. Lakshman is alone, go to him. Lakshman was saying, if you come to me, I am servant of Lord Ram. You go to Lord Ram. In this way, Shurpanakha, she was going back and forth. Ultimately, she realized all this is because of one person, this Sita. She tried to attack Mother Sita, and Lord Ram told Lakshman, now enough of the jokes. It's a serious thing. You just punish this demoness. Lakshman cut off the nose and the ears of Shurpanakha. Shurpanakha, she came running to her brothers, Khara and Dushan, and Khara Dushan attacked with 14,000 soldiers. Lord Ram, without having any beads of perspiration on his forehead, he killed all the 14,000 soldiers very easily. Shurpanakha, she was very angry. She wanted to take revenge. She went to Ravana because she knew that, just like I am so very lusty, my brother is also so very lusty. She knew the nature of Ravana. She went and she started describing the beauty of Mother Sita. She said, Sita is the most beautiful woman on this entire earth. Only you deserve to have her. But now this one human Ram, he is enjoying him. He is enjoying this Sita. But you deserve to enjoy her. Ravan, when he heard, he became so very lusty and agitated. He tried everything. He went to Maricha. Marich told, you know, you just take this thought out of your mind. But Ravan, he was so very insistent. He said, if you don't help me, I will kill you. Maricha, he realized that if I help Ravana, if I don't help Ravana, Ravan will kill me. If I help Ravana, Lord Ram will kill me because he has his previous experience at the sacrifice of Vishwamitra Muni, Tadka. She was killed by Ram, and the sons of Tadka, Marich and Subahu, they were thrown miles away by just one arrow of Lord Ram. From that time on, whenever Marich would hear Ra, just the word Ra, he would become so very fearful, he would start trembling. So Mari said, anyways, I have to die. Better to die in the hands of Lord Ram. That's the difference between the thought process of Maricha and Jatayu. Because Jatayu, he thought better to die in the hands of Ravan while serving Lord Ram. Maricha, he thought better to die at the hands of Ram while serving Ravan. So, because Maricha was thinking of his own personal benefit. So therefore, when Ravana, he chastised and he scolded Maricha, he threatened Maricha, Maricha agreed. Maricha, he took the form of a very, very beautiful, attractive golden deer and started roaming around the ashram of Ram, Lakshman and Sita. Mother Sita, she became so very attracted seeing this beautiful deer. She said, "Oh Lord, please, bring this deer. When we'll go back to Ayodhya, we'll take this deer with us and we'll put him in our forest, in our garden." Ram tried to persuade Mother Sita that, I think this is not a deer, it looks like some demon. But Mother Sita, she was very, very, insistent. Lord Ram thought, okay, Mother Sita had never asked anything, so let me fulfill her desire. Ram went behind, trying to catch this deer. And this deer started running very fast, and Ram was following him, trying to catch him alive. Ultimately, when Lord Ram went a long distance, he realized that he is not a deer, he is a demon. I have to kill him. He took out his arrow and he shot the arrow. As soon as the arrow hit this deer came in the original form as Maricha, and he started shouting, "Ha Lakshman, ha Sita, please save me." When Lord Ram heard this, he understood that this is a big plot which is going on. Immediately he returned back. As he was returning back on the other side, Ravana, he took the form of a mendicant. He came to the ashram of Lord Ram and he begged for some alms from Mother Sita. And as soon as Sita came out of her ashrama, he crossed the line which was put by Lakshmana Rekha. Ravan, he kidnapped, just like the wolf kidnaps, wolf, attacks and captures the prey. Ravana kidnapped Mother Sita in the absence of Lord Ram. Just like the tiger seizes the animal when the shepherd is absent, similarly, this Ravana kidnapped Mother Sita when Lord Ram was not there. Prabhupada clarifies, actually, how is this possible that Ravana can touch the internal potency of Lord Ram? That was the doubt which came in the mind of a Brahmana when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was touring South India. He met one Brahmana, Kurma Brahmana, and he was really lamenting, reading this pastime, that how can Ravan touch Mother Sita? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he found a literature where it was written that actually Ravan did not capture Mother Sita. Ravan, as he was trying to capture Mother Sita, he could not touch. In her place, Maya Sita was given to Ravana. Who was this Maya Sita? There is a story about Vedavati. Ravan, he used to, molest so many of the women. One day he was roaming in the forest. He saw a very beautiful, chaste lady doing tapasya, a very austere lady. He tried to touch her and enjoy her. This Vedavati, she said, please don't touch me or you will be destroyed. But Ravan did not hear. He caught hold of the hairs of Vedavati. Vedavati, she was very, very powerful mystic lady. Her hands became like a sword. She cut off her own hairs. And then she burnt herself. She said, I will become the cause of your death. So this Vedavati became Maya Sita, and that was given to Ravana. That was what Ravana took away. So actually, Ravan could not touch the Ladini potency of Lord Ram. And when Mother Sita was tested after, Ravan was killed, and Mother Sita was tested, she had to enter fire. At that time, real Sita again came out. As Lord Ram, he came back, he found Lakshmana on the way. He understood that this is a great trap. They returned back to the ashram and found Sita is not there. Lord Ram, how he was lamenting, how he was crying in desperation, just like an ordinary materialistic person. Shukdev Goswami writes that Lord is showing by his personal example what is the destination, what is the condition of a person who is too much attached to a woman. Sri Sanginam Gatim. A person who is so much attached to women, he cannot think anything other than the association of women. That was the condition of this Pururava. We'll discuss the story of Pururava also in future. How he was so very mad because Urvashi left him. So Prabhupada clarifies, actually, Ram is supreme source of eternal existence, knowledge and bliss. How is this possible that Ram is behaving like an ordinary materialistic person? He is a supreme source of all spiritual pleasure. He is Atmaram. He cannot experience any material suffering. Then how is it possible that he is suffering like an ordinary man? So Prabhupada clarifies that all this is the internal potency of Lord Ram. All this is happening under the purview of the internal potency, the conjugal rasa, the Shringar rasa. And in this Shringar rasa, there are so many different emotions which are churned. One of them is Vipralamba, the feelings of separation. There are so many emotions which come up. And Prabhupada writes that there are so many sattvic and sanchari bhavas, nectar of devotion. Rupa Goswami describes in great detail what are these bhava, what is the ecstasies of love. So in those ecstasies, there is sometimes lamentation, fainting. He says murcha, vilap, unmad, and all these ecstasy, all these are ecstatic emotions. So Lord Ram is not lamenting like an ordinary personality. He is not lamenting like a conditioned materialistic person who is so very obsessed with lust. He is enjoying, he is reciprocating with the feelings of transcendental emotion, transcendental love. Lord Ram, as he was roaming around in the forest like the madman, asking every tree, every animal, whoever will pass by, he would ask. He was shouting, he was crying, searching Mother Sita everywhere. As they were roaming around, in one of the mountains nearby, Rishyamukh mountain, Sugriva was staying because he was so very fearful of his brother Vali. Vali, he was trying to kill Sugriva because there was some miscommunication which happened between Vali and Sugriva. As a result of that, Vali, he was so very powerful, he tried to kill Sugriva. Sugriva, he ran everywhere to escape from Vali. And ultimately, he found that, this Vali, he had a curse that if he lands on this Rishyamukh mountain, he will die. So therefore, Sugriva was staying on this mountain along with some of his associates. Sugriva was the son of Surya, and this Hanuman, he learnt this all his knowledge from Surya Dev. As a Guru Dakshina, Surya Dev, he asked Hanuman that you please go and stay with my son Sugriva, protect him. So from then on, Sugriva, he was protected by Hanumanji. As these two humans, Ram and Lakshman, they were roaming around in the forest searching for Mother Sita. Sugriva, he saw, he thought maybe they are the spies of Vali. They have come to find my location. He sent Hanuman. Hanuman came in the disguised form, trying to know the actual identity of these two personalities. As soon as he met Lord Ram, he understood he is my eternal master, and he took Ram and Lakshman on his shoulders, and ultimately Ram made allies with Sugriva, and he killed Vali. He made Sugriva as the king of Kishkinda, and then he, with the help of Vali, he sent 4 armies in all the 4 directions to search for Mother Sita. He gave them 2 months' time, that you please go and find Mother Sita in 2 months. All the 3 parties who went to north, east, and west, they returned. The party who went to the southern direction, they did not return. The party was headed by Sugriva's son, Vali's son Angada, Hanuman, Jamvan, and all the very powerful warriors were there. They reached up to the ocean, seashore, and they were not getting any clue where is Mother Sita. They all thought, why to go back and show our face to Lord Ram? Lord Ram will die if he does not get the news that we found Sita. So as they were fasting, there was a vulture who started laughing and speaking very loudly. He said, oh, now I will get a big feast, And as these monkeys, they were talking, in the course of their discussion, they were discussing about Jatayu. How Jatayu, he fought his best to protect Mother Sita. He sacrificed his life to protect Mother Sita. As they were talking about Jatayu, this bird, vulture, whose name was Sampati, he heard the name Jatayu. And he inquired, how do you know about Jatayu? Where is he now? So these monkeys, they asked, but why are you asking about Jatayu? He said, Jatayu is my brother. Please tell me about Jatayu. So then these monkeys, Hanuman and all the monkeys, they told everything. How Ravana, when he was carrying Mother Sita on Pushpak Viman. Mother Sita was crying and trying, crying for help. On the way, this Jatayu, he was a very old bird, very old vulture. He saw Ravana carrying Mother Sita. Jatayu was a very old friend of Dashrath. He understood that Sita is a daughter-in-law of Dashratha. She is like my daughter. I have to protect her. So Mother Sita, when she saw that Jatayu is there, she told, "Oh Jatayu, please tell my husband Lord Ram that Ravan is taking me to this direction. He will come and save me. You don't do anything." Jatayu, he said, "I cannot just stand and see what is happening here." With all his might, he started attacking Ravana. With his claws, with his wings, he started attacking the chariot driver of Ravana. He destroyed the chariot of Ravana. Ultimately, Ravana, at the first sight, he thought maybe he's a small, little, insignificant bird. When he saw this bird, attacking so very violently, he started fighting with Jatayu very fiercely. Ultimately, he took out his sword, Chandrahas Khadag, the famous sword of Ravana. He cut off one of the wings of Jatayu. Jatayu, with his one wing cut off, he fell down in blood and pain. Ram, Lakshman, as they were searching for Sita, they found this huge bird in blood. At first moment, Lord Ram thought that this bird has eaten Mother Sita. He took out his sword. He was about to kill. He was about to attack Jatayu. But then, hearing the words of Jatayu, they realized, no, he's not the one. And ultimately, they came to know what had happened. Lord Ram, he personally, like a father, he did the final rites of Jatayu because Jatayu left his body in the hands of Lord Ram. He attained the highest destination. So when this Hanuman and all the monkeys, they told this, Sampati, he started wailing, he started crying, lamenting. Oh, my only brother, he was so very dear to me. I was separated from him since long time. And then he said, "You're searching for Mother Sita? I can see, I have a very strong, far-sighted vision. I can see that across this ocean, 100 yojanas away, Ravan has kidnapped Mother Sita and he has kept her in Ashokavatika. So then all the monkeys, they were telling, okay, I can jump this much, I can jump this much. Ultimately, Hanumanji, he remembered his power. He jumped. He found Mother Sita. He burned the entire Lanka. He came back and he told Lord Ram the news. Interestingly, now how Hanumanji gave the news to Lord Ram. When you love somebody so much, you don't want to put them in any anxiety. So Hanumanji was thinking, how should I give this news? If I tell, I found Sita. So if I say I, Lord Ram must be thinking, I matlab you found or not found. So he was thinking, if I say Sita, so Sita mili, nahi mili. So the best word is found. So he said, found Sita I. Lord Ram embraced him and he, gave him very sweet words and benedictions. And ultimately, all the army marched towards the ocean. Lord Ram prayed to the ocean god. For 3 days he was fasting. He prayed to the ocean god to give way. But even after praying for 3 days, nothing happened. Ram became so very angry because of the angry glance of Lord Ram. All the aquatics, they started becoming disturbed and agitated. All the aquatics became very frightened. Ocean god came up, started offering beautiful prayers. He says, "Oh Supreme Lord, dull-minded persons like us, we cannot understand you. He says demigods, they are infatuated with the mode of goodness. Prajapatis, they are infatuated with the mode of passion. And ghosts, Lord of the ghosts, they are in the mode of ignorance. But you are the master of all these. You are beyond all these qualities. So Prabhupada writes that, those who are dull-minded, they cannot understand the Lord unless they are punished. Samudra, ocean god, he requested Lord Ram. He says, "Oh my lord, you may cross this ocean and go to Lanka. Ravan has kidnapped your wife. You please go, you kill Ravan and regain Mother Sita." Ravan, he has disturbed all the three worlds. Actually, he is making all the three worlds cry. But he is like the urine of his father Vishrava. He's so very, cruel. But you are so very powerful. What to speak of my water? My water will have no impediment for you. But still, what you can do, you can make a bridge on my water. And then you can cross. Prabhupada writes that when ocean god, he called Ravan as the urine. Why he called? This is an insult, because he said, Prabhupada writes that urine, the semen, they come from the same place, the genitals. So when a son or a devotee, son is a devotee or a learned man, then the progeny is success. The act of begetting child is successful. But if the son is a demoniac personality, a foolish personality, he is no better than a urine. So Lord Ram, he built the bridge on the ocean. All the monkey soldiers headed by Hanuman and Nala and Neela, they brought huge mountains and wrote the name of Lord Ram. And it was nothing astonishing that just by writing the name of Lord Ram, the stones, the mountains were floating. So Lord Ram, the Supreme Lord, is floating the entire universe. All the planets are floating by the power of Lord Ram. What to speak of these small pebbles? So it is nothing astonishing for Lord. He can do any inconceivable activity. So therefore, all the monkey soldiers, there are crores and crores of monkey soldiers. All of them crossed this ocean, the great ocean, and they reached Lanka. They entered Lanka. As they entered Lanka, all the monkey soldiers, they started destroying the entire Lanka. The crossroads, the platform, the flags, the golden water pots which were there in the Lanka, everything was getting destroyed. Lanka looked like a river which was agitated by the herd of elephants. It was completely disturbed. Ravan, when he came to know, he employed his entire army to fight against this army of Lord Ram. Who was there in the army of Ravana? Nikumbha, Kumbha, Dhumraksha, Dhumraka, Surantaka, Narantaka, Indrajita, the son of Ravana, Prahasta, Atikaya, Vikampana, Kumbhakarna, all of these demons, they were fighting. Who are there in the army of Sita and Ram? Shukdev Goswami says, army of Sita and Ram. Ram, Lakshmana, Sugriva, Hanuman, Gandhamada, Neela, Angada, Jamvan, Panasa, all these very fierce warriors were there. Interestingly, the demons, the Rakshasas, they were having all sophisticated weapons, all lances and arrows, very powerful arrows, shield to protect themselves. But what was the weapon of the monkeys? They were just uprooting the trees, and they were uprooting the mountains, and they were having some clubs, simple clubs and arrows. But still, all these monkey soldiers, they killed the soldiers of Ravan. How is this possible? Shukdev Goswami says, because all the soldiers of Ravana, they were condemned by the curse of Mother Sita. So Prabhupada writes that there are two kinds of strengths. One is a Daiva strength and Purushakara strength. What is Daiva? Daiva means that strength which is achieved by transcendence. That is the mercy of the Lord. And Purushakar means that which is organized by one's own power and intelligence. Prabhupada writes, transcendental power is much more superior than our own strength. On our own strength, we cannot do anything in this world. What to speak of crossing this ocean of material existence? Only by the mercy of the Lord, only by the mercy of the devotees, there is some hope for us. Otherwise, on our own strength, even if we try our best throughout our life, if we are struggling, we cannot get even 1%. If it is required 100% to go to back to Godhead, we may not even get 1%. But transcendental power is inconceivable. That is given only by causeless mercy. So Ram's soldiers, they did not have any material powers. They did not have any sophisticated weapons, but they had mercy of Lord Ram. And all the soldiers of Ravana, they were condemned by the curse of Mother Sita. Day by day, all the soldiers of Lord Ravana, they were falling down. His own son Indrajit was killed, then Kumbhakarna was killed. Ultimately, Ravana had to come himself. Ravan, he came out, mounted on his airplane, and he came to Lord Ram. Lord Ram was fighting his war on the chariot which was given by Indra. Indra gave his own chariot to fight against Ravana. And the Indra's chariot driver is Matali. So Ravana, he came right in front of Lord Ram and started fighting. He shot so many arrows at Lord Ram. Lord Ram, he rebuked Ravan. He said, you are so very shameless, sinful, abominable person. You are like the stool of the demons. You are like the dog who has kidnapped my wife. Just like a dog takes away the food in the absence of the master, you have taken away my wife in my absence. He says, just like Yamraj punishes a sinful man, today I will punish you. I'll send you to the place of Yamraj. There is intense battle starts between Ravan and Lord Ram. Every time Lord Ram would cut one of the heads of Ravan, again it would grow. Vibhishan, ultimately he came and he told that Ravana, he has a nectar in his heart. You have to destroy, you have to, evaporate that nectar. Ravana, Lord Ram, he took a arrow, he chanted mantras, and he shot arrow directly at the heart of Ravana. This arrow pierced the heart of Ravana like a thunderbolt. Ravana, he fell down from his airplane, just like a person, just like the mountain when the wings are cut, just like the demigods when their piety is over, they fall from the heaven. Ravan fell down vomiting blood from all the 10 heads. So Prabhupada writes there, on the material platform, there are higher and lower positions due to pious and impious acts. But we have to transcend all these higher and lower positions by taking shelter of Krishna consciousness. As Ravan was killed, all the soldiers, they also understood that now we are defeated. Everybody stopped fighting, surrendered to Lord Ram. Lord Ram was victorious. All the thousands of women, they came out of the city of Lanka, headed by Mandodari, wailing, crying for the death of their husbands. Mandodari, she was one of the most chaste ladies. She was crying so very piteously, beating the breasts. Mandodari, she told, she was speaking, she was lamenting. Oh my Lord, you were the epitome of trouble for others. You epitomized trouble for others. That's why your name is Ravana. Ravan means one who makes other cry. But now you are defeated. Your defeat has made us also defeated, you know. And now, because you are dead, we have nobody to protect ourselves. Due to lust, you could not understand the power of Mother Sita. And just see now what is your condition. You are destroyed. By your own misdeeds, now your body is fit to be eaten by dogs and vultures and jackals. And your soul is fit to go to hell. Prabhupada writes in the purport, one should be very, very careful in dealing with other men's wives. Matravat paradareshu paradravyeshu loshtravat. And therefore, Prabhupada writes that just like every great personality should follow in the footsteps of Mahajano yena gata sapantha, every woman should follow in the path of such chaste ladies like Draupadi, Sita and Mandodari. Just by being chaste and faithful, one can attain the highest perfection of life. Lord Ram, he told Vibhishan that you please do the final rites for your brother Ravana. So Vibhishan, he did the final rites for all the relatives, Ravana, Kumbhakaran. And then in the purport, Prabhupada writes about the funeral ceremony importance. What is the importance? If the person has performed so much sinful activities, if Shraddha is not performed for him, he will stay in the ghostly body for a long time. And then as soon as Mother Sita, Lord Ram found Mother Sita under a Shimshapa tree in the Ashoka Vatika, he was so very happy. Mother Sita, she was completely emaciated because of separation from Lord Ram. Lord Ram, just by seeing him, Mother Sita, she became so very joyous. But then Mother Sita had to go through all this Agni Pariksha to prove her chastity, although she was supremely pure. Then Lord Ram, Mother Sita, Lakshman, all the soldiers, monkey soldiers, Vibhishana, everybody came to Ayodhya. Before that, Lord Ram enthroned Vibhishan as the king of Lanka. And he told, you rule these Rakshasas for one kalpa. So still today also Vibhishan is ruling in Lanka. And he said that every year once he comes to take darshan of Lord Ranganath. That was the deity which was given to Vibhishan. So then after that, Lord Ram returned with all the associates to Ayodhya. And because his period of Vanvas was over, when he returned to Ayodhya, he was greeted very, very joyously. At first, as soon as he entered, all the residents of Ayodhya, they were showering flower on him. All the denizens of heaven, they were showering flower on him. Brahma and all the Devatas, they were glorifying the wonderful, glorious acts of Lord Ram. When Lord Ram came to know the austerities of Bharat, because Bharat, when he tried to persuade Lord Ram that you please come back, I will go to forest on your behalf, you come and stay and rule this kingdom. When Lord Ram did not agree, Bharat Maharaj, he just took the Padukas of Ram and he enthroned Paduka of Lord Ram on the throne of Ayodhya. He said, if Lord Ram is sleeping on the ground, how can I sleep on the ground? He dug a hole in the ground in Nandigram. He was staying outside Ayodhya, managing all the affairs of Ayodhya very nicely while staying outside the city. Personally, not enjoying any of the benefits as a king. He was sleeping underground in a hole, not eating any luxurious items. He said, if my Lord Ram is just eating roots and fruits, how can I eat anything luxurious? What he was eating, he was just eating barley soaked in cow urine. That's how and he was also wearing tree bark. Such an austere tapasya he did for 14 years, lying on the kusha grass. So when Bharat Maharaj, he came to know that Lord Ram is returning, he came out of Nandigram and he was carrying the wooden sleepers of Lord Ram. He was accompanied by all the ministers and the associates and the citizens of Ayodhya, all the soldiers, everybody in the city came out to greet Lord Ram. Many servants, they were holding umbrellas, somebody was holding chamara, jewels and all the other paraphernalia for the reception of Lord Ram. Bharat Maharaj, his heart was completely softened in ecstasy because he was just awaiting the arrival of Lord Ram, his beloved Lord. He was hankering to see him take his darshan for 14 years. As soon as he got darshan of Lord Ram, he fell at the lotus feet of Lord. Lord Ram embraced Bharat, started shedding tears of ecstasy, and then Ram, Sita, Lakshman, all of them, they entered the city of Ayodhya. As they entered, all the very wonderful pious Brahmanas, they were chanting very wonderful mantras in praise of Lord Ram, for the welfare of Lord Ram, Lakshman, Mother Sita. Everybody was offering various articles for the pleasure of Lord Ram. Some of the citizens, they were waving their upper cloth in joy. Somebody was dancing in ecstasy. Bharat Maharaj, he brought the wooden shoes. Sugriv and Vibhishan, they were, offering chamara to Lord Ram. Hanuman, he was carrying a white umbrella. And Sita Devi, she was carrying a water pot filled with water from all the holy places. Angada, he was carrying a sword. Jamvan, he was having a golden shield. As Lord Ram was surrounded by all these personalities, he was looking like moon surrounded by the stars. When Lord Ram entered Ayodhya, Bharat Maharaj, along with all the mothers, Kaushalya, Kaikai, Sumitra, everybody came to greet Lord Ram. Lord Ram offered obeisances to all the mothers, including Kaikai and Kaushalya. And he offered obeisances to all the gurus like Vasishtha. All the mothers of Ram, Shatrughan, Lakshman, Bharat, they embraced Lakshman and Ram, and they were crying tears of ecstasy. They were bathing them with their tears. All of this was giving a very, very wonderful festival mood. Vasishtha, after all this was done, he performed Abhishek, Rajya Abhishek of Lord Ram. He shaved off Lord Ram, he was shaved off his matted hair. He was given a very royal bath, and he was given very wonderful garments and ornaments. He was looking very, very effulgent, brilliant, decorated with lots of jewels and garlands and everything. Surrounded by brothers and wife, he was looking very, very beautiful. In this way, for the pleasure of all the citizens of Ayodhya, Lord Ram, he ruled Ayodhya for many, many thousands of years. So Shukdev Goswami writes that in the reign of Lord Ram, all the citizens, they were so very happy. There was no distress because everybody was following Varnashram. In the government of Lord Ram, so interesting piece of information here is, very, very interesting, which many of you must have not heard. The pastime of Lord Ram not happened in this yuga cycle. It happened in 24th yuga cycle. Currently, it is 28th yuga cycle which is going on. So this pastime of Lord Ram did not happen in this current yuga cycle, which we are hearing. This happened in 24th yuga cycle of Vaivasvata Manvantara, the current Manvantara, 24th yuga cycle. So Shukdev Goswami writes that in that Treta yuga of 24th Manvantara, 24th yuga cycle, Treta Yuga was also like Satya Yuga. All the natural, all the things of the nature, the forest, the hills, the seas, states, all the islands, trees, everything was supplying all the requirements. So there was no dearth of anything. So Prabhupada writes that if Varnashram is introduced even in Kali Yuga, we can experience the symptoms of Satya Yuga. And this is possible only by chanting the names of the Lord. This Hare Krishna mantra, Supreme Lord himself appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Supreme Lord Ram, he appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this Kali Yuga to give this Kali Yuga Dharma. Kali Yuga Dharma Krishna Nama Sankirtan. So that's what Prabhupada writes. So then after describing this whole pastime of Lord Ram in brief, Shukdeva Goswami ends this chapter by describing the ideal qualities of Lord Ramchandra. Ekapratni vratadharo rajarshi charitashuchi swadharmam grihamedhiyam sikshayan swayamacharat. Ekapatni vratadharo. He accepted the vow, he vowed to accept only one wife. Rajarshi charita shuchi. He was a saintly king with pure character. Swadharmam grihamedhiyam. By his personal conduct and activities, Sikshayan, he taught all the householders how to be in the family life and maintain the highest standards and at the same time go back home, back to Godhead. By his personal example, he showed how to be in this world, but not of this world. And then Shukdev Goswami describes the Prabhupada writes that actually, Sita Devi, in the future, we'll see that, this Lord Ram, he actually had to banish Mother Sita. But he did not marry. He could have married so many of the wives, so many of the queens. But he did not marry because he had taken a vow to marry only one wife. What are the qualities of Mother Sita? Premano shilena prashrayavana sati bhiyariya cha bhavagya bharatu sita haran manah. Premnanuvritya shilena, by her love, service and character. Parashraya sati, by her submissiveness, by her bhiya riyacha bhavagya, by her shyness, by fear and by her understanding her husband's mood. Bharatu Sita Haran Manaha. Sita completely attracted the mind of Lord Ram. So that is the glorious quality of Mother Sita. So Prabhupada writes that whatever examples great people establish, common people they also follow. So Lord Ram, he standard the highest standards of household life. And Mother Sita, she showed by her example how to be the most chaste lady. So this is the end of the 10th chapter. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. So if anybody has any questions, you can ask.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Madhavi.
Prabhuji, can you please explain that Sita and Vedavati part?
Yeah. Vedavati, she was doing tapasya because she wanted to marry Supreme Lord Vishnu. And when this Ravana, he found this beautiful lady in the forest, he wanted to molest her. She said, I want to marry Lord Vishnu. I don't want to be touched by you. So please, you don't dare touch me. And she requested him, but Ravan did not listen as he was so very lusty, he was constantly hankering to enjoy more and more women. He tried to catch hold of the hair of Vedavati. And Vedavati, she was a very powerful mystic lady. With her own hands, as Ramana caught hold of the hair of Vedavati, she cut off her own hairs. And then she said, because I am touched by you, now I am not qualified. Now I am not pure to get to be married to Lord Vishnu. So I'll burn myself. And in my next life, maybe I may get a chance to marry Lord Ram. And then she said, I curse you that in my next life I'll become the cause of your death. So that Vedavati, she appeared as Maya Sita, and ultimately she became the cause of the death of Ravana. So that is the story. This is not mentioned in Bhagavatam, but it is there. Okay. Any other questions anybody has? Okay, so thank you very much. We'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.